Hi everyone, Aviator Sim here, and I am back with another video for you guys today. This will be episode 3 of our on-air airline manager career. I am happy to come back into the on-air space because now I can use the modded planes that we have available for us in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So today I will be ferrying a flight. I've purchased or I rented this Working Title CJ4 and it's currently stationed at Bradley International Airport, which I'm at right now. I will be ferrying this back to my home base of Teterboro Airport in New Jersey. Today I have a few add-ons that will be included in this video. The first one, of course, being this Working Title CJ4, which has showed so much improvement and I recommend everyone to fly. Second will be Latin VFR's Bradley International Airport, which I'm currently at. And third will be Dream Flight's Teterboro Airport. Oh, and one more is the Rex Weather Force that we're flying along with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just going to get this started up. We're going to taxi to runway 24 today and take off and have a great flight. Alright, so here we are in the on-air client. I clicked prepare flight and it brought me to the fuel and payload page. So in SimBrief, our fuel load should be, our block fuel for this flight is 5,057 pounds. So I'm just going to change that up here. We're going to need to purchase some. So 5,057, 5,071, we're close enough there. So we can confirm that there's no passengers or cargo on board. So I'm going to confirm and go fly. My destination is Teterboro, and it automatically gives me an alternate. No co-pilot for this flight, no passengers. Alright, I can go to flight tracking. Yes, I'm ferrying a flight, so no cargo, no passengers. Alright, so the on-air client is set up. We want to see these green check marks over here. That's good. I'm going to hit start tracking. Alright, and I'll see you guys when the engines are started up and we're ready to taxi. Alright, engines started and we are ready to taxi to runway 24 for our flight. Quick hop over to Teterboro Airport. So I'm just going to take the parking brake off, taxi light on, beacon on, nav on. Just going to make a left out of here. Before I forget, just going to set flaps to 15. That is our takeoff setting for flaps. Right, coming up on runway 24, we're just going to hold short and just get some things done before we are ready to take off, lights included. There we go. I'm just going to put on the parking brake. Alright, so taxi lights coming off, landing lights on, strobes are on, and if we take a look right in here, we can see that our rotation speed is 104, V1 140, V2 116. So rotating at 104. Everything else looking good, and we just have to put our pitot heats on. And when I line up on the runway, I'm just going to push in this heading bug, just so the heading matches the runway. I'm going to fly runway heading out of here and then maneuver to fly our route down to Teterboro. Also, put this in takeoff mode right here. This little black square right here. See right here, change to TO, takeoff mode. And what that does is this magenta line, or this magenta right here, the flight director, it puts it at a 10-degree angle of climb, which really helps because I've flown this jet without this in it before, and for some reason I always hit 20, 25 degrees, and I'm kind of out of control on every single takeoff. So hopefully that helps. We have our trim set the way we wanted. More nose down trim than usual. No one's on board, just me. And we're looking good. Right, so everything's set. Parking brake coming off. Just going to taxi out to the runway. Alright, we're holding the brakes right now. and we're going to first hit this heading bug. Alright, that's good. And second, we're going to put this throttle up to takeoff mode, the takeoff detent that's in here. Let go of the brakes and take off. So let's build up that speed. And here we go. Rotating at 106. Rotate. And we can put this back into climb mode. And flaps up. At a safe altitude to start our turn. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to engage the FLC, speed up to 237. That's fine with me. Gonna engage the heading and the autopilot. And now nav is coming in also. So if we look down at the throttle, we are currently in the climb detent, which is good. And we are making a right turn to join this magenta line, which is what we want to do. We're climbing through 6,700 feet. We're cleared up to our flight level, which is our cruise flight level 160, 16,000. Flight time today, air time, is 38 minutes. Our block time was 1 hour and 2 minutes. And this plane climbs fast. Alright, and when we start leveling off at 16,000 feet, I'm just going to have to pull back on the throttle. There's no auto throttle on the CJ4, so it's going to be managed by me. But I don't want the speed to go all crazy. We're above 10,000 feet, so passing 250 knots is no problem at all. Alright, let me start pulling back. As I see this red right here, which we don't want to go over as far as our speed goes. The weather in Teterboro, it's pretty much the same here as Bradley. It's partly cloudy. The wind is just about the same. Alright, I think I found a happy spot for that throttle. And now that we're cruising, I'm just going to get some views of the outside. I will see you guys when we're getting close to our descent into the New York area. Alright everyone, welcome back. We've hit some pockets of turbulence, nothing too crazy, but I'm just going to set us up so we can start descending down into the airport. So I'm going to put my altitude down to 3,000 feet. Let's test this VNAV out. VNAV path. Alright, I want to get my vertical speed down to 1,700. And there we go, we started descending. And I have to manually control the throttle again. That's going to happen every single time you fly this plane. You want to slow down, you don't want to get over those that red warning. I've seen a lot of traffic out here today. This is the first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator I'm flying with like the real world traffic. I've seen a lot of it, which makes sense because I'm flying towards three of the busiest airports in the world, which are Newark, LaGuardia, and JFK. This plane has been a joy to fly so far. With all the improvements, it's a huge, huge, huge difference. And just thank you to the developers over at Working Title who have worked on this. This is amazing. And I'm definitely going to have to donate because this is great. This plane will definitely hold me over for the next 2 weeks until that CRJ comes out. Alright, speed dropping, which is good. Our approach speed is going to be 116 knots. Just going to go out here to the Saks VOR and then make a U-turn and come back. And then pick up Strad and then follow the rest of the RNAV approach for runway 24 into Teterboro. This route from Bradley into Teterboro isn't the normal one that we would take, but the other choices added on an extra 80 nautical miles. 80 nautical miles and then an extra 100 nautical miles to get into Teterboro, and there was no need. There was no need for that at all. So I just chose the one with the shortest, which I believe this was 160 nautical miles from Bradley to Teterboro. With that said, first set of flaps coming in. Let's put some more power in there. Alright, let me just drop them 2,000 feet into in here and see what the VPath does. Just testing it out right now. And if it doesn't start moving, I can figure that out later. Oh, and it's going down. I think it's starting to. So the path is still in white, so that's armed. Once that turns to green, I'll know that it's working. And if I need to step in and manually descend this down, I will, no problem at all. But it should hold about this altitude, the 2,900, 3,000, until we get to right here, Strad, because that's at or above 2,800. Then we go to Scubby at or above 2,600. So it should start coming down on its own, but let's keep monitoring that. And it's a little windy here, so I'm just going to add 5 to my approach, 5 knots. So the approach was 116 knots, so I'm going to come in around 121, between 121 and 125 knots is how I'm going to approach this. And when I cross Strad, we're going to make this right turn shortly. When I cross Strad, I'm just going to put the second set of flaps down and start losing some of this throttle. But we are good right now. Beautiful day here. Clear skies, even though Rex Weather Force tells us partly cloudy. There was some clouds leaving Bradley, but I haven't seen a cloud in a while. Alright, so VPath has armed. We can see it right here. You can see it right here. It's in the green. That's good news for us. Pull back on that throttle a little while we descend. Alright, we're pulling the power back. Airport is in sight. Let's pull our power back a little. Position our feet on the rudder pedals. Autopilot off. And here's our runway right here. And if you're wondering why the autopilot or the route that we had in there doesn't have a centered with the runway, it's because it's the VNAV or the RNAV for runway 24. It doesn't usually line you up, it just puts you in a position to be able to identify the airport, which it did, so I'm not even mad. Some of this throttle, even though we're 4 red PAPI lights, which means we're low, I think we're still in a good position from the eye test. power out. And we are flaring.
Landing time
Floated a little too long. Let's taxi down to Atlantic Aviation. Yeah, I think that's where we'll park. Let's make Atlantic Aviation our new home here, since this is our home base in OnAir. Right here, Atlantic Aviation, and I'm just gonna pull right next to this Gulfstream with the modeled passengers on it. And I can stop right there. Parking brake on. And now I'm just going to shut down our engines.
Engine off time log.
Easy to shut down the engines
Light
in here.
finished.
Alright, beacon
Been
coming off.
by OnAir.
Taxi light off, nav off. And avionics off. And battery off. Alright, so we're back in the OnAir airline client. It tracked our flight. We ferried this flight successfully back to our home base. And I'm going to hit OK. And now we can start flying real cargo and passenger flights. And I think I have one set up going into upstate New York. So thank you all for flying along with me today in our first flight back in OnAir Airline Manager. Though this is episode 3, this is definitely one software add-on that I'm going to be sticking with because this is fun. Being able to use all the modded planes in OnAir and the interface for OnAir and what you can do in OnAir is just it's amazing, and I love it. And I hope you guys will enjoy my home base of Teterboro Airport by Dream Flight. Over here we have the we have passengers suppose getting ready to get on the Gulfstream for a flight. I like that addition. And this place is loaded, just loaded with private jets, like it usually is in real life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next episode of my OnAir Airline Manager career. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.